Welcome to the night where we light up the spot. We're trading crypto, finance, you'll be mad on the charts. Hosted by the one, Lunar Beaches Top Shark. Dive deep into the numbers cause this ain't no lark. We're crunching all the data, making money moves fast. From Wall Street to the blockchain, making predictions last. Community together in this financial blast. Markets after dollar shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright lights. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trends, see future in sight. It's markets after dark, the financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, sharp on knowledge be showed. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the mother lode. Economic loops and the way the dollar flows. Community vibes where everybody grows. Analyzing trends while the world lays low.
Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Markets After Dark, where we go mad on the charts. Right here on the Piper Academy Network, Sunday through Thursday, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome to the Madhouse, where we go mad every single night, except for Fridays and Saturdays. What's going on, guys? Hope you all had a fantastic day today. It was okay for a Monday, you know. We're ready for Tuesday. We're already in Tuesday here on Markets After Dark because we go by UTC time. That's why tonight is TA Tuesday. And I'm just going to be breaking down some charts. Well, mostly some Bitcoin and some potential strategies. We're just going to go through it all together. We're going to work this out together, and we're going to see we're going to see what we find. I think what I've got planned out is pretty exciting, pretty neat stuff. Stream's current bit rate is low. Are we okay? Hello. Okay. It looks like it's fine to me. Okay. Anyways, crabby BTC. Yes, very crabby. Very crabby. But could you have made some moves? I think yes. So let's just go ahead and get into the charts. Guys, I've been talking about this for... It's been years at this point. But I've been trying to refine the strategy the best that I can. And we're going to go over that tonight. So this is a scalping strategy. We're basing it off of the 5 minute. You can go 5, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, whatever you want to do. But that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go over this strategy. But I almost forgot to say good evening to everybody. Good evening, Trade Intuition. Good evening, Crypto Pollo. Cluck cluck. Good evening, The Dusty Hunt. Good evening, John Foster Crypto. Haven't seen you in here in a while, John Foster. Good to see you. Did I already say The Dusty Hunt? And C-Day Nis straight vaping. And Los on Crypto. What's going on, fam? Hope you're doing well. I'm going to assume that Alexandra G has been in here because the link to the Piper Academy Discord is pinned in the chat. So thank you, Alexandra G, for always being the best mod, the mod queen. Good evening. Good evening. There she is. Hey, Alexandra. Hope you are doing well. Let's get back to the charts. So I've been talking about this little indicator called the sessions, ICT kill zone sessions and indices, but it's actually something else in my favorites list. I think it's called sessions and something else, because this is why it's always hard for me to find it, because it's called something else. See what I mean? I already can't find it. It is somewhere in here. Well, ICT kill zone. Did they change it? They must have changed the name. ICT kill zone sessions and indices by Vincent FXBT. Huh, they could have changed. They must have changed the name. But anyways, what's going on? Wick 589 RMT in the house. Hope y'all are doing well. Thank you for coming on up. What up, OG? What up, OG? Mr. Wick. All right, so the reason why I like this indicator is because a few different reasons, but the main thing is that this trading is essentially called, it's smart money concepts, but this particular strategy we can use called kill zones. Time and price. There we go. Time and price. What is time doing? Where is price going? What are we doing at a certain time with price? That's what it is. So where's a trade that we could have taken in here? So I've been talking about the highs and the lows on the Asia kill zone. Okay. The kill zone is between 8 p.m. and 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's just go ahead and draw out a straight line on the top side of this. Let's draw out a line on the bottom side of this. Perfect. So what's the first thing that you notice? First thing that you notice is 1, range bound. But 2, we are sweeping both sides of the Asia kill zone later on during the New York kill zone and New York session. And this is key, because this is when the moves tend to happen, where we take out the upside or the downside, the high or the low of the Asia kill zone. If we were to put on a trade just from sweeping the high up here, now this one was a pretty quick sweep, so you would have to been pretty fast on this, because we are on the 5-minute. The best thing to do is wait for the sweep and then wait for the pullback. So, and I have set up a fib tool to where it gives me my trade entry and stop loss for every trade. Once you get the sweep and then you come down, put in the low, then you get the pullback. This came right into the sweet spot between the 786 and the 886, aka the platinum pocket. And then it runs back down to the downside. I have a max profit of -2. That's on there. It's 2 standard deviations, or two fib. I don't know what to call it. But each of these gray lines is going to be a take profit. Once you hit the first take profit, you move your stop loss We're going to say this is the golden one right here. Stop loss is up here on the red. And then we aim for the downside. We do have a low over here as well, so that would have played out perfectly, but it did end up reversing. Okay. Now, the key to this is understanding that the market can change. Okay. Once we take out the first low here, once we come back down, we take it out right here. Stop loss to entry. We've already taken a partial here, 50% out at least. Pull back, push back up. Next level hits, take out another 50% of your remaining 50%. Stop loss moves to the 50% retracement. And then there you go. It kind of ends up coming back and taking you out, which is fine because you already made profit. Now, this is where you got to be quick, because not only do we have the sweep of the Asia high, we come all the way down and sweep the Asia low. And it's key when this is happening. It is right after the New York kill zone is when we go for that sweep, and then we get the immediate pop up and a pullback. So if I take my fib tool, I go from the bottom to the top, comes back down, 50% retracement, big engulfing candle. This is showing strength. Go long. Ride it up to the top, taking profits along the way. And this one actually end up hitting this top side. This is the max take profit, but this is a the 1.618. Well, no, this is the minus 1. So here's my fib, and you can, this fib tool that I have gotten down to how I like it, and you can take a screenshot, create your own tool, and that's what you look for. So the main thing is you're just looking for a sweep of a high or a low, and then you're waiting for a bounce. So whether it's sweeping the high here, where you come up, you sweep the high, you push down, you get the bounce up, that is where you're looking to see, okay, is this my pullback to below the 50? At least you want it to be at least a 50% retracement before you get in. Stop loss right there, and then let it ride to the downside. I'm repeating myself, but I think it's important. Then we come down, we sweep the low, the Asia kill zone low, we get a bounce and a pullback. That's the key. You got to get the bounce and the pullback, and you really want to mitigate an internal high within this move here as well. So like on this one, we come down and we mitigate an internal low over here before we pull back. That's a key. So if you do that, that shows a change in structure or a chotch, and then you can make that money. That was just today. We can come over here. This one, of course, is a little tricky, but we can still have the same concept. We've got our Asia high. We've got our Asia kill zone low. This is the weekend as well. This is a Sunday. Let's go ahead and double click this and let's take a look. The kill zone is just a specific time. It's when the quote unquote algorithms are in control of the market. Let's see. Oh yeah. Asia, there we go. Right, so it actually, the whole session actually ends up staying within the same range. So, first thing we do is we push hard down into the New York kill zone during the New York kill zone. But what do we get? We get the sweep of the Asia kill zone low. We also get a sweep of the Friday New York low. And then we get a bounce. Take out internal high here. Here to here. And there you go. Enter at the 50 or at the platinum pocket, whichever one. Goodness. And then just aim for the fences. Nice 8-to-1 trade on that one. But it's what it's doing is running down, running for liquidity to the downside so then it can come back up. Oh, sorry about that. So you're running, is that like the last hour of sessions? The last hour of sessions is, yes, yes. The PM algo is also 1 as well. All right. So we come down, we sweep the Friday low, Friday New York low, that is. We get the bounce, and then we run up to sweep all of these highs over here. We even swept the Asia high on, this is really the Saturday, so this is all the weekend consolidation range. Come down, sweep the Friday low, come up, sweep the weekend highs. Bada bing, bada boom. Thank you, Alexander G. Now, you mostly want to be using this during Monday through Friday. This strategy, that is. Now let's see, what do we have here? So we come down, we sweep the Asia low. We can already see we don't sweep the Asia high, but we do come down, sweep the low. We do get a bounce. We do break an internal ranged high right here. So we can go from here to here, enter, and we actually come right up to the -1. And that's a weekend trade. Not bad. Not bad. You enter here, you're looking at 0.9%. Sorry, I was zoned in on your explanation of what already happened. Bless you. Very interesting. On your explanation of what already happened. Okay. This one does not play out. It runs for the highs, shoots down, but then continues to go. So this, when you're looking for that pullback, right? When you're looking for the pullback, bang. If you try to enter here, it's not good. So you really, but you can tell that this thing is going. It's not stalling or anything. So your best bet is to just wait on something like that that's just moving quickly. And there's no stalling in it whatsoever. This candle right here comes up and takes out the high. You might as well, you shouldn't enter that trade, in my opinion. So good stuff. But right now, Asia's already or currently going on. So we just gotta, won't have anything for this until the morning, but we can see how it will play out tomorrow. Backtest it. See for yourself. See if you can refine it to your own likings. But time and price is a real thing. And yeah, I mean, I gave a few examples, and I think that works. There's all other times and prices as well. So looks like we're coming in. We're sweeping an internal range low of the New York session. So thinking about that as well. Do you have a preferred session to look at when back testing and when looking for a trade? Super focused on this. Nice. Mostly I'm just looking at the Asia session and the New York session. Just not cut. I'm just cutting out London completely. Just looking at Asia and New York. You can add in London if you want. If you're up late enough, you can just start to learn the price action, but London is just going to be like this area here. I mean, I could turn it on. Also like a cleaner chart here with just 2 sessions. And there's your London session. Price. There's your kill zone. Whoop. London kill zone. Come over. New York kill zone. Sweep the low first. Comes right back up. Sweeps the high. And then comes right back down. Lots of craziness in here. London can get crazy. But this is a good example of power of 3, where you have a consolidation range, then you have your manipulation, and then your distribution to the upside. Power of 3. Consolidation, manipulation, distribution. Everything is waiting for news move. Yeah. I mean, we got some good movement today. If you would have caught this, it's not a bad move. I mean, just from low to high, I mean, a little over 2%. I mean, low to high would be, 2.8%. Not bad. So a little bit of leverage on it. Make some money. Good stuff. You can look at indicators and get some confluence if you need as well. We can see that when we sweep this Asia low down here, that we also put in a bullish divergence on our Prime Oscillator Pro Plus. Check out Chart Prime, link in the description down below. 45% off your first month. Got to get that out there. And there we go. So I'm just looking at specific times. I want to see the sweeps happen essentially between 7:30 and 10 o'clock is when I want to see the sweeps happen. If they don't happen in that time period, I'm likely to not take a trade. Possibly even that day, but definitely not at that time. Very interesting. Never back tested per session like you're showing. Very interesting. Super focused, looking at what already happened, but per session. Loving this. I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not. Good evening, Army Piper. Hope you're doing well, sir. Hope you are doing well. All right. So, just a little strategy that I wanted to share with you guys. We can now move on to more of the stuff that everybody else talks about anyway, which is just your price azione, your technical analysis. On the macros, let's see. Taking notes, 7:30, not sarcastic, very serious. Haven't seen this. Okay. Cool. I'm also working on adding to this strategy as well the quantum bands. I like the quantum bands. I've got them lightened up a little bit, so and in white so that they're not as distracting. But nice little reversal signal here. If I turn, well, nope, I see. Oh, I'm on the 4 hour. That's why. So the 4 hour is actually pretty nice. Price likes to come down into the 4 hour. Look at this one. We get a bullish divergence here on the Prime Oscillator Pro. And then we get, well, the bullish divergence is in the price coming to the downside with the oscillator coming to the upside. Then we get a reversal signal and also a take profit 1 with the Market Oracle Pro. And then it just runs up to the upside of the quantum bands. Then you get the take profit 1 with a reversal signal, and you're topping out on your oscillator. So obviously, let's take some profits. I'm always looking at Eastern Standard Time on the charts. My charts are set to Eastern Standard Time. So I'm always looking. When I say 7:30, I mean 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. 7:30 to 10. Reversal signal there. So, but anyways, 4 hour still sitting in the red on our money flow. Our trend ribbon is trending to the downside. Hopefully we can get a little pop up, but we might be coming down to sweep some lows before potentially moving to the upside. Now I do see some relatively equal highs up in here and up in here. So would not be surprised to see a sweep. The question is, will the sweep be able to maintain, or will it just turn into more downside? I'm still in the camp that we probably see a little more downside, 72K, something like that. Well, let's go back to the 4 hour because I've been watching this specifically. Candle closes. Looks like we might be breaking that down right now. So these bear pennants have been playing out on this whole move to the downside. So that's why I'm kind of been keeping an eye on it. And if we go across, let's go from the bottom here to here. And then if we break down from here, that would give us a measured move of about 69,313, which is interesting. Come back out to the daily chart. We do have a fair value gap over here on the daily chart that would actually sweep the fair value gap. We do have an order block down here as well that we could get down into. And I do believe that this might be a golden pocket pullback from the low to the high. I'm going to have to make this my standard golden pocket pullback. So, and what's that resistance to the upside up here? If we were to get that upside sweep, we could just bounce our head on that 382 at $86,056. Put on an SMA. We're also still battling that 200 daily SMA, and it is right now not looking good for the bulls. Not looking good for the bulls. What we got? LBC, hi G, just got home from wife's birthday dinner. Happy birthday, Mrs. Piper, Miss Amy. Happy B-Day. Awesome. Thank you. I love audio messages so you can hear the inflection of my voice. Facts, Poyo. I got her a zero gravity floating Mount Blue diamond ring. Jesus. It's pretty cool. When she is totally still, the diamond will start bouncing to her heartbeat in her finger. Okay. Oh, I get it now. So the kill zone you're referring to the main move at the start of sessions mainly. Yes. No. Yeah, exactly. I have waiting for that 70K-ish suite as well. Man, I never even heard of that. I'm impressed, Piper. Exactly. Piper be talking about, like, I got so-and-so type of ring for my wife, and I'm like, I ain't ever even heard of that ish. What are you talking about? It sounds cool. We also, on the daily here, we've put in a bullish divergence. However, our money flow is in the red, and our trend ribbon is still below the zero line, but it could get another push down and potentially provide us an even bigger bullish divergence to where we come up and then we hit our head on the 200-day SMA again, and then we roll over even more. Or if for some reason, let's see, how long could this take? So if we, nope, that's not quite there yet. The first rate cut FOMC might be in May, but that's all the way over here. So I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be a factor. We'll see. We shall see. But yeah, this looks like it might actually play out, guys. So I would hold on to your butts, because we could be going lower. Probably are going lower if I gave my best guesstimation, because we're probably going lower. Probably going lower. Anyways. And we can look across the market. We can see we're getting some low moves across the market. We've got our Litecoin also sitting below that 200-day SMA now for several days. And it is getting a bullish reversal, though, on the daily chart. So, however, we got a bullish reversal over here as well before it ran up and ultimately came back down and swept that low. So we've got to be cautious with that too. That's why I've got this red box drawn out here, probably a fair value gap on the weekly or something, and then push down lower, sweeping the lows, getting into this demand zone in here. So probably more downside for now. XRP, daily chart. I mean, it's still just chilling out in a range, essentially. Here's her range. It's had some deviations above and below, but still chilling in the range. I mean, this is an amazing coin if you're wanting to do some range trading. Just up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I've been watching the chart upside down. It gives me more hope. What's going on, R.S. Miller? Hope you're doing well. Oh, I appreciate that, straight vaping. Always learn so much from you. You're a good teacher. Thank you, man. LBC needs to mitigate the previous range it did BTC, not LBC. BTC needs to mitigate the previous range it did it before. Mitigate which range? What do you mean by mitigate? Are you saying it needs to take out this low? What are you talking about? This? Which range? Which range are you talking about mitigating? Nah, it wasn't directed at me anyway. Made in America. No, we're going to come over here. We're going to take a look at our SPY futures, see what we're looking at here. Ooh, getting a nice potential pullback. I did say we could come down lower. Pull back to that 200-day SMA. And then drop down even further to the mega trend line. If I zoom out, we can see that mega trend line that I have created out of thin air. That's we already broke the mega trend line here. So this is your hopium. Put this here because I thought that maybe we could, see a little more sell-off, especially considering the money flow on the daily has just been coming down pretty heavily. But we are pushing down into that oversold, so hopefully we might see a bounce off of here. We do have some pretty equal highs up here. Doesn't usually say a top is in when you have rounding top equal highs like that. Usually means you're going to come back up to take those highs. The only question is when. Now, if you trade your SPY futures really your SPY futures, but the NASDAQ too, still way more longs than shorts in exchanges. Is that true? That's kind of crazy to me. By percentage, because when I checked open interest yesterday, open interest was not dead, but on life support. But with the ICT kill zones and smart money concepts, those work best on your ES and your SPY futures, your NASDAQ futures, your major indices, those futures. It works on Bitcoin too, don't get me wrong. But the smart money concepts, because there's so much more institutional activity on these indices, that's why you tend to see them play out better in this market. So just like here, let me get rid of this. So we can see Asia low right there. Come down, take it during the London kill zone. But we don't have to take it later during the New York kill zone. Come up, we get the pullback, and then we get the go. And then it runs and takes off. Just saying, go back, do your own research, look at the Asia kill zone and session, and see if you don't often see something that just looks like this. You get your consolidation, you get your sweep of the low, and then you get your run up to the highs. or vice versa. Big Tail, what is the kill zone, sir? Is your strategy basically the same as open range breakout? This is essentially based off of the open range breakout. Yes. Absolutely. Open range breakout and this are very similar. Yes. So what is an ICT kill zone? What? So in ICT concepts, aka smart money concepts, a kill zone refers to a specific time or refers to specific time windows during the trading day when liquidity, volatility, and market participation are at their highest. These periods are when institutional traders, market makers, and algorithmic traders are most active, leading to optimal trade setups. Types of ICT kill zones. London kill zone, 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. These are all Eastern times. 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. Captures liquidity and volatility from the London Open. Often sees manipulation moves before the real trend unfolds. New York kill zone, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. So that's 7 to 10. Overlaps with the London session and includes pre-New York Stock Exchange moves, high probability of liquidity grabs, reversals, or trend continuations. New York Stock Exchange kill zone. This is 8:30 to 11 a.m. So that's the AM session. Major institutional orders enter the market. Market opens. Your institutional orders come into the market. Strong directional moves often happen during these times. So one of the keys to this strategy is making sure that you're seeing a push, a strong push one way or the other. It's not just like a meander down, trickle down, because that typically is going to be a continuation. Same with the upside. If it's just meandering to the upside, not a quick, energetic move to sweep a high or to sweep a low, then it's probably going to be continuation. London close kill zone is 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Captures the final liquidity grabs from London traders closing their positions. Can lead to counter trend reversals. And then the Asia kill zone, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. There's also a PM session. That's what can lead. That's the counter trend reversals. That's where that can happen after the London market closes. And then you have the Asia kill zone. It's all about liquidity and the rotation of the liquidity. That's essentially what it is. But it helps you zone it out so that you can see what session is doing what. Asia kill zone focuses on liquidity accumulation in lower volatility conditions, often a setup for moves in later sessions. This is why I like to go off of the Asia kill zone, because it often sets up for trades in following sessions, like the New York session, even in the London session. But I'm not awake for the London session. That's why I mostly trade the New York session. Did we look at mantra yet? This is why Alex O trades the time he does every morning. 100%. I call it a kill box. Takes place after pattern of life development. There you go. It's a trap. How do you know it's not a fake out doing those times high manipulation? Oh, during those times of high. Wait. How do you filter out the false moves during volatile times like that? So I've got to find an example. False move. Typically your false move, and it's going to depend on what you mean by false move, but like this push up right here, this looks like it might be a breakout, but you want to wait for the candle to close. Candle comes right back down into the range and closes back inside the range. Typically good sign of a fake out. So you do want to wait for candle closes, like if this, we playing off of this pullback right here. Let me get my simple trade entry. There we go. Let's turn off kill zones so we can see this a little better. Market Oracle. There we go. So we come up, we get the breakout. We think we're getting the breakout, but we come into liquidity over here to our left where we sold off from, first of all. So we know that there's selling pressure here. Then we get the big push down, showing that sellers are in control up here. Price gets smacked down, so we got to run back down to the downside and look at this whipsaw price action in here. This is buyers stepping into the market, making bigger moves, this is really a fight right here. When you're up and down and up and down and up and down, there's a lot of liquidity sloshing around in here, longs and shorts both getting wiped out. Ultimately, you come back down and sweep the internal range low, this low right here. So if we were to say this was this whole move here, this actually comes up to the high. This is a corrective move in Elliott wave theory. That's an ABC, not impulsive. So we should expect price to move to the downside because this is a corrective move to the upside. A three-wave move is a corrective move. Plus, you get the big wick down, you get to close back inside the range, and you have an internal range low from which you can come down and grab liquidity from. Then you get the bounce, then the pullback, go long, holler at your boy. I am not seeing anything right now. We do have a bullish divergence. The false move will like sweep a low, then reverse. Yeah, exactly. You're kind of expecting the false move. Exactly. I'm always looking for the false move. Like if it is a specific higher low, like an Asia kill zone higher low, I am looking for a false move. I'm looking for it to sweep one side and then start to reverse back towards the other side. So I am anticipating a fake out. If it doesn't fake out and instead we get continuation, then we just look for a pullback during the continuation trend and see if we can't ride that wave, as I like to say. Asia kill zone. So London kill zone over here. We're going to see what we do with that. We see once we close the London kill zone, New York went ahead and said, all right, you bought. We're going to keep buying, but then we're going to sell off right at the end of the day. And then you get to sell off. So anybody in London that bought right here, this is the end of the London market. If they bought on this bounce at all, they're underwater right now. So it's all about watching the money flow from market to market, and who's opening orders, closing orders, when they're doing it, all that stuff. Internal range low. Trying to sweep that. Maybe trying to get back above that, but looks like we have some relatively equal lows over here, and it just so happens to be right at the London kill zone low. So that's interesting. And if we zoom out, we can see, yep, corrective move. So likely going to see a corrective move. Now this is a 5-wave crashing structure. Might get a roll up into wave 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll back up into wave 4 of wave. No, you roll back up into wave 4 of wave 5. Zoom it on in. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you get to roll back up into wave 4 of wave 5, and then you continue the flush for your 6th and 7th waves. That is a classic crashing structure, 7-wave crashing structure. You get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then inside wave 5. Hello. Inside wave 5, you get the 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then price rolls up to wave 4 within wave 5. And then you get the rollover. That's what I could anticipate. Sweep the low. The only question is that it? Is that going to be it? Market Dynamics Pro. Let's see. We have the previous daily low down here. So coming down and sweeping the previous daily low before then running back to the upside to take the previous day high. That could be in the cards. Lunar, pull a fib. See if you get some confluence on what? I'm sorry, man. Would you mind just explaining how you decide what the kill zone is? It's I don't really just decide what it is. It is when the most liquidity happens within a market because the market is opening. So any orders that were placed the day before, they're going to start getting filled when the market opens. And then it's just the time when you see the most activity in the market. Some nerd figured it out, okay? The kill zone levels you drew, I didn't draw. These are all, this is an indicator, okay? It's a high volatility period. Yep. ICT kill zone sessions and indices by Vince FXBT. Okay. You've got all your sessions. You can hide sessions. You can do weekend sessions. You can change the colors. Don't change the times. There's another session here called the CBDR. Not entirely sure what that is. I think it has to do with something, central bank something. Central bank something. Then you could also, it also shows you when the PM session algo starts, which is at 1:30. And then also the last hour of the day. It also will pop, you can also click on 90-minute cycles so you can see different cycles. The whole point of this, guys, is to focus on certain times of days, specifically times of days when you are available to trade, and just focus on the price action during those times. See what's happening at the price during those times. That is the main thing. It's just what is happening during this time, what happened the session prior, and then what is happening now. Are we sweeping the session prior high and then running it back to the low side. London likes to get nice and manipulative like that, especially when London and New York overlap. They're going to come in here and take all of the liquidity that Asia put in over here. So, what's going on, Jay Violet? How you doing? The white lines that you drew. Geez, I can't type. Oh, that was this London kill zone here. That's the afternoon London kill zone. Whoop. Yeah. You can see we have manipulation happening within that kill zone. Manipulation just being energetic, fast moving price. Yeah. This is called a 3 drives mood. I know you hear Alex O talk about that all the time. 1, 2, 3 with the wick at the top, push down, break the low, price comes down, comes back up, order block in here, price pushes down. Simple as. All price action, no oscillators, no real indicators other than showing the ones that showing you time and price. Cool stuff like that. But anyways, that's all we did. We didn't even leave the Bitcoin chart tonight, guys. Did we need any more? Did we need any more? I hope you were able to take something from this. Yeah, I wanna really start hammering this out and refining this to the best of my abilities. I'm gonna be looking at this tomorrow morning. We're gonna look at the Asia session, and we're gonna see what we do during this time period in here, during London and New York kill zone. And we'll see if we get a sweep of the Asia high and see where the liquidity is lying and all that stuff. Pure market structure. I love it. Yeah, that's really my what's been my bread and butter for a little while. I honestly, the indicators almost throw me off. To be perfectly honest. Not that they're bad, not that they don't work. It's just I'm pure price action is what I love. So I spent a good year and a half, 2 years going over and learning smart money concepts. So I don't know. Best times, we'll go over how these smart money concepts do play out. Also, you can get a bias for a day just based on how different candles close. Daily candles close, like on here. See how this candle came up right here. Indecisive. Did not get a close above the previous daily high. So the next candle we came down. Did not get above the previous candle high. We're just stagnant. This one came down, swept this candle's low. So then we can run up the next day and come up and take out this candle's high. It's just one piece of the puzzle. You start off with the daily. You see, all right, what has the daily done? Then you zoom in to the 4 hour and you look for your liquidity pools. And you say, all right, we came down, we swept the previous daily low. Okay. So now what? Came down, swept the previous daily low. Okay, on the 4 hour. Now we got to go down to the 15-minute 4 hour entry. Thank you, Alexandra G. I thought I was done, but then I've always got more to say. More to show. So now Man, this doesn't even come back down into a fair value gap. This thing just kept on rocking. Now this is interesting. So notice how we don't just sweep the Asia high. You notice that? Notice how it's just kind of chugging along and kind of gets a rounded top instead of doing a clean sweep of the Asia high. Remember what I said earlier? If it just kind of moves slowly up, look for where the quick move is. The quick move comes in here, comes in to sweep all these lows down in here, and then we get the reversal back to the upside. So this wasn't just a quick fake out, right, with the wick, and then it comes back down into the range immediately. That would more likely suggest pull it back, push down, run it back down, take out the other side. Instead, we get the slow, steady move to the upside. We get within the manipulative part of the market where London and New York cross over. We do get a little sweep of the high here before we ultimately make a run down to the downside, sweeping lows, come up, consolidate, and then push higher. Then we look to our left for potential liquidity zones. Order block in here, last two candles up before we get this drop down here. That could be a nice one, or we could just go with the New York high. Or you can do a fixed RR, 2 to 1, 3 to 1. Good stuff. But yeah, I do sincerely hope that you were able to learn something from tonight's stream. If you did, if you wouldn't mind smashing up that like button. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe. And yeah, be back tomorrow. Watch all the shows. And I'll see you later. Hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful ride. Go sleep. A good night. Peace out. Mad love. Bye.
Welcome to the night where we light up the spot. We're trading crypto, find out you'll be mad on the charts. Hosted by the one, Lunar Beaches top shark. Dive deep into the numbers cause this ain't no lark. We're crunching all the data, making money moves fast. From Wall Street to the blockchain, making predictions last. Community together in this financial blast. Markets after dark, the shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright lights. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trend, see future in sight. It's markets after dark, the financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, sharp on knowledge be showed. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the mother lode. Economic loops and the way the dollar flows. Community vibes where everybody grows. Analyzing trends while the world lays low. Markets after dark were only brilliant shows. Hit that subscribe and join the ride. In the world of finance where fortunes collide. Lunar's path will be your guide. Through the market storm or the market tide. The charts with Lunar's bright light. Crypto markets soaring through the night. From Bitcoin markets soaring fast. Markets after dark, the shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright light. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trend, see the future in sight. It's markets after dark, the financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, sharp up our knowledge we showed. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the law, the